Hello YouTube, back here with another video. My name is Kisa and thanks for coming back. I'm in my tea house. Camera view. Go up, down. Hello. So today's topic, we are going to talk about more YouTube beef that's going on out there. Oh boy, where do I begin? Guess I should just begin, huh? Oh, by the way, today would be my 14th video. Yeah, 14th video, I believe, here and now. Okay, I got a little bit of notes here. So yesterday I was on YouTube and I came across the live video of Sean Bradley, and he was having an interview, or not really an interview, just a discussion over the internet with Mrs. Mullin. She called, she wanted to set some things straight. So she called in and I was like, what is this about? Curious. So I listened. And basically Mrs. Mullin has been through a lot these days. Guess she made friendships with some of the YouTube people, and some bad things have happened to her. She called and she was saying that she left YouTube for a while because of she left YouTube because, oh gosh, there's lots of layers to it, but I guess something to do with there was some photos out there of her, maybe some private photos, some texting, and somebody had exposed her, and they did it in a very wicked way. They send some pictures to her son, who's in the military. I think it's Navy. He's in the Navy. They sent some pictures to her son, and the son got called in from his commander. I guess they thought that maybe the pictures were the pictures came from the son, and the son was like, no, it's not my pictures. I guess there's some stalking going on, that somebody's trying to get back at my mom. So there were pictures of his mom that got sent to his the commander in the Navy. And so of course he was really upset to have to deal with that. And yeah, somebody was trying to get back at her in a very wicked way. She believes she knows who it is. There are some key players, and there are other videos out there that will probably go into depth of who the key players is, but I don't really want to talk about that kind of stuff. I just want to like talk about what's going on and like the lesson you can learn from it. Sorry, I'm in the outside. The lesson you can learn from it, and I'm not really like going to go into like who said this, who did that, you know. I do feel really bad for her, because you can hear the sadness. She really believes it was her karma that led her to be exposed like that. And I don't know. I don't know if she was out here saying bad things and they came at her that way. I don't know what it was, but I really would like for her to not kind of release that, you know. she said that her daughter had a miscarry, and she's holding on to a lot of like guilt from that. And I felt like, man, that's pretty sad. You could just hear the sadness from her. Her son doesn't want anything to do with her because he just probably considers her to be messy or something, or her mess has fallen into his, and he resents that. But she could not foresee that something like this would happen. That, you know, somebody would go out their way to call his officer, and you know how that goes. Then they pull him to the side, and they got different rules out there, you know. They thought he was the one that was having a affair, and it ain't even him. But he had to explain that, and that made him very you know, humiliated, I guess. That would humiliate anyone, to see their mom, or to know that pictures are out there of their mom. And I feel really bad for her, because she's really carrying a lot of guilt from that. And then there's more guilt, if that's not enough. Her daughter had a miscarry, right? And she feels like she had leaned on her daughter, and then the daughter was stressed out, and so she had a miscarry from that. So then she's stressful, she's sad and depressed about that. And my thing is, I've had miscarriages. I've had 3 miscarriages, and I can tell you now, I had kids way later on. You gotta release that. You can't carry that. You can miscarry for a lot of reasons. You can't just say to yourself, oh, my daughter was stressed out because of my problem, so we lost the baby. But I think when her daughter probably goes on to have more kids, and you know, then she'll kind of, in hindsight, kind of understand that you know, that just happens, you know. But yeah, it was a really sad interview that he had with her. And this poor lady, she is going through it. She was crying. I could just hear the sadness, feel the sadness. She was really stressed out. She just kind of became depressed. She didn't do anything. She didn't go back on YouTube anymore. Yeah. And Sean just listened to her, you know, and I guess he's the first one that, well, there was another interview, but he was the one that kind of just let her get it off her chest, and without any judgment, just let her get it off her chest, and let her have a voice. Because I don't think she's on YouTube. I think she's a YouTube supporter of somebody else, or, you know, part of like a YouTube group, or she was part of a group. Not sure how that worked. But she went on there to tell her truth, and she got exposed. That's what I got out of it. Somebody that took pictures of her, kept the pictures, and God, the dude that did it, ugh, that's messed up. And he's a grown man. We're not talking about kids. We're talking about grown people that would do this. A grown man taking, you know, like you're in the middle of the night and you want to send your guy that you like, you know, having a little conversation with. You know, you might want to send him something, you know, nice, or, you know, a little picture of you. And then he holds on to it, and then years later and tells you that he's going to expose you, or he does expose you. But maybe, I don't know if he did the one where he sent it to the commander. I don't know all the players and what they did. There are other videos for people who can break it down to that level. I'm more like wanting to talk about like what we can learn from this whole situation. Because it's like bullying, and then I don't really know who did what, but then it'd be bullying if I was to just flat out say so-and-so did such and such. It's like layers and layers of just meanness, and I rather learn from this situation. And I hope she gets this message. I think you should. I think you should release that. You don't deserve to have that kind of pain and you beating yourself up. She kept saying she beats herself up. No one can beat herself up more than she's beating herself up. It's like, sis, you didn't really do nothing wrong. Your circumstances of, your son, like, who was to foresee that somebody would be that wicked to send something like that to your peoples? Like, come on. Who would think that would happen when you did that? Are you not to live and be a free woman? You're a grown woman. I assume you're single. Are you not allowed to just live your life in the back of your mind thinking that maybe somebody will do something wicked? Especially a person who's like in their 40s. Jesus, really? Is this where we're coming? I mean, come on. I mean, and not just, maybe she doesn't have a job, but they went for like the biggest thing that she probably had. Maybe she, talked a lot about her son, and they just knew that would be the way to get at her, because he's in the service. Maybe, I don't know. Like, why would anybody do that? I don't get it. I don't know. It's something to think about, though, that there's wicked people out there that would expose you like that. And I really feel bad for her, and I really need for her to release that, and also the baby situation. Release that too, because your daughter will probably go on to have multiple children, and you don't need to hold on to that. It's a lot going on. You are being tested, and there is some wicked going on out there. And I know you keep saying it's your karma, but nobody deserves that. Nobody deserves that at all. What else? Poor Mrs. Mullin. And shout out to Sean Bradley for letting her just say her thing. I guess she might have said something about him, and she also apologized to him. And she said she apologized to Larry Nelson. I think he's the one was the person that the pictures, I don't know, allegedly. I think he's the one that she had gave the picture to. Like, he's the other person. And Mr. Wilson, I guess she might have said something slick out of her mouth about Mr. Wilson. She apologized, and it sounds like they respond to her, so I don't know. But just two to play that game, and she definitely wasn't the one who called and got her son in trouble. So somebody else has done that, and she does not need to apologize for someone else being that wicked to do something like that to her. I don't think she does. She's really at a low place right now. She really is. And the person who's doing this, that has done this to her, oh gosh. Sorry. Give me one second. Okay. Sorry, my camera's acting weird. Okay, now why are you doing that, huh? You're gonna act right? Come on. Sorry. Camera's acting weird. Oh, it's still going. Okay. Let's turn it over here. There you go. Maybe it was bumping up against the thing. Anyway, what were we talking about? So, Yeah, she needs to let that pain go. You know, it's not going to serve her to beat herself up like that. She really is. She's really doing a number on herself. Oh, and the person that has done this this evil, wicked man who's done this to her, that's been this wicked to her, to go after her son and his job. I believe the fact that she's on the internet crying, pretty much like down on her knees, and I say that because she keeps beating herself up. I believe they're really just having they really feel good about themselves to see someone hurt like that. Why they want to see her hurt, I don't know, but they really happy that she's going through it. And I think that's just pitiful. It's real pitiful. Yeah. I also went online and saw Tracy. Tracy was talking about it a little bit. Tracy is so funny. Tracy is so funny. Let's see, man, she breaks it down. She can tell you the players, and it's pretty good in-depth video of what's her part of like what's going on. I think it's called Tracy Living My Truth. I think you should go check that out. And check out the Sean Bradley one too, to get in more detail of what's going on. Yeah. Tracy could just, oh man, she's reading everybody. She is reading everybody, letting them know. Yeah. Again, go check her out. Oh God, what else? I have some notes about it, but oh yeah. To get back on Tracy, she speaks on how people shouldn't be, there's a little beef out there, and then there's the big beef. And it's fun, the little beef is fun, but the big beef is so, it shouldn't even be on no level where it's big beef like this, where people are fighting, and people are like, fighting to like ruin someone's life. How can it be that serious to ruin someone's life? You that miserable that you got to do this kind of stuff? And I guess in a way, she needs to speak up on it for people to learn. But then I, on the other hand, feel like you shouldn't give people the satisfaction to let them think that they have done anything to you. It's like when you're at a job and you get pulled in and your boss wants to talk to you about something, and another employee knows what it's about. Maybe they have put something in your boss's ear, and then when you come back from the job, for me, when I come back to the job, I'm going to be like more upbeat, more positive, and the person who is like trying to stir up some shit will probably be like, what did or maybe they won't, maybe somebody they know will probably come up and say, well, what did the boss say? And what you should do is just act like you didn't even have no issue. You should act like you have no issue. Whatever it was, it didn't faze you. If anything, it made you better, because it's only going to feel good if they know they got to you. And to be on the internet, down on your knees, crying, beating yourself up. That when I say being on your knees is because you're beating yourself up. That gives them so much satisfaction. And I wouldn't give them the satisfaction. I wouldn't. But then on the other hand, you need to say something so people can learn, and then maybe there's a pattern of this particular thing happening from this certain individual that is ruining people's lives, whoever they are. You know, maybe I don't know, maybe maybe there's something that, make sure this is lighting. Yeah, maybe there's a pattern, and then maybe something could be done for people that are just don't have anything better to do than to try to be wicked. Yeah, but yeah, go check out Sean Bradley and Tracy. I'd say Sean Bradley because Sean Bradley had the interview, and it's more in detail, and then Tracy, she breaks down all the players in the situation. Tracy, living my life, living my truth. She goes into detail of all the players. She knows a little more. She's used to letting them have it. She has a definitely an art of roasting and gagging. But I just kind of want to just keep it on the level of what we can learn from these people, because I don't know. I just think that lady should kind of release her pain and just know that tomorrow will be a better day. And don't stop living because you dealt with an asshole that was trying to expose you. And then they're going to get theirs. Whoever they are, they're going to get theirs. You could not have foresee that this one act is going to ruin your son's life. Or get your son in trouble. You would, I'm sure you would. And what you've done, millions of people have done that. Sexting and texting, people do it all the time. You would have never foresee that you're dealing with somebody who's gonna, man, what a lousy bastard. You would never foresee that he was gonna be able to use that against you. And again, I don't know if you had done something to him and this is a payback. I don't know the layers of it. It is what it is. I'm gonna go set this down here. And I guess you could still see me, huh? Can I lighten it up? Yeah, I don't know the layers of this whole situation, and I just feel for that lady. I just wish that she didn't, beat herself up and, come on. Life. So anyway, go check out Sean Bradley and go check out Tracy, Living by Truth. She can tell you the players and let you know what's the 411, all that. I'm going to water my plants, probably do some more touch-ups in the garden. I need to transport these plants. That will be another video. And thank you for checking out my video. Bye-bye. And you guys, try to be nice to each other. Would it hurt to be nice? Sometimes, I get it. We want to say funny things. We want to laugh. We got our favorite YouTube friends that we look at. I looking at everybody's videos, and I believe everybody's looking at everybody's videos. But at some point, we got to be nice to each other. We can't break each other down. We can't be coming for people's jobs. We can't be coming for people's family members. Come on, don't be that wicked. Do something. Do some yard work. Do some housework. Find another job. I don't know. Find a hobby. Be good to people. Nothing in life is going to be good for you if you're that wicked. You can't do that. You can't ruin people's lives. It's not fair. Whoever you are. I don't know who you are. I don't have any idea who did what. Like I said, there's bigger YouTube people out there that can break it down. I'm here for more of the lesson. What could we learn from this? What we can learn is that don't give anybody your power. Your power is yours. It's yours. You can't give anybody your power. And if you know if your kids are being exposed, and you got to teach your kids that, look, we're not gonna let this little thing ruin us. It's only if you allow it to ruin yourself, then that's how it happens. You have to make a choice. It's all about a choice. Even if you don't believe it in your heart, you gotta fake it till you believe it. Fake it till you believe it. No, really. You have to. You can't be a victim in this and just beat up on yourself. And you know, you just can't. You gotta learn from it. You know, and know that life is better. But you gotta make it better. And you can't stop living because of some bullshit shit that happened to you. You just can't. So just try to learn something out of this. If you want to go somewhere and hear all the roasting and gagging, there's plenty of YouTube for that. I'm on the tip of learning what we can learn. I'll tell you part of the tea, but I can't break it down like that. I don't have. I will not invite that kind of wicked in my energy. No, I won't. But I will tell you part of it, and then I'll lead you to somebody else if you want to hear the roasting and the gagging. But yeah, let's be good to each other, because you can't win if you play dirty. Nobody wins when you play dirty. And this kind of dirty, it's only going to manifest to more worse things happening to you. This woman didn't deserve that. Come on now. And I don't know, maybe something wicked happened to them, and that's why they're being wicked. I don't know. I don't know what would make a person want to bring people down to their knees and to the point where they just get destroyed with wicked lies that can harm people's lives. I don't know. I don't know what kind of pleasure that would be. I guess it's the same kind of pleasure. No, I don't know. I don't. And yeah, you might do good in other things, but if you're doing that, no, you don't want to do that. And men, if you're lucky enough to get a woman to take a picture and do something nice, like show you a picture of her or whatever, or spend time with you texting or whatever, you're lucky to get that. Don't do that. Don't be that kind of dude. Don't be that kind of dude. You have to be the kind of person that hate women that do shit like that. Don't do that. Come on. Especially being a grown man. Don't do that. What's going on out there? I'm hearing something out there. But anyway, thanks for coming to check out my channel. My name is Kisa, and this is my 14th video, and I hope you come back. And I'm trying to do better. Please put a like and please subscribe. I will be putting out more videos, and I will be getting better at it, and I will be consistent because I like doing it. And thank you. And please be nice to each other. YouTube beefing. Be nice. I'm talking to you. You know who you are. Be nice. I know you can. Thank you.